like hitting that ball really hard. The aggression, one of the driving forces in their game styles. It'll be interesting to see who gets that going, gets
all right.
early aggressive start going first. Who's firing on all cylinders? Is it going to be Kao or Roos V Reek? At the moment, Kao will start this on her own serve. Here we go then. Nice, solid, crisp backhand volley. Opening her account right away. Racing up with all the energy. Was right between Kao and Roos V Reek, having some wonderful questions to ask them. Chinmay, how was the experience?
Buddy, all I'm looking forward to is Roos had a lot of dance moves, and I said every time you score a big point, if no one's dancing with you, look up to the stands, look up to the comm box. Sarthak and I are going to be shaking our booties with you. So I'm hoping for the sake of the game, we get some funky dance moves. They both reckon, by the way, it's going to the third. They don't think they can wrap it up. Like they both did in the quarterfinals.
Wow. So this time it's not us to come up with the predictions. It's the athletes themselves who believe it's going to a third, because that's what we've been discussing all day. Does it go to a third? Does it not? All four of the women's quarterfinals did. The men did show us a bunch of thrillers, especially the Arman Bhatia Aditya Ruhela quarterfinal. Wow. Speechless. Left many in awe.
Including me, big man. Including me.
3-0. Side out.
It's good to see a lot of their friends and family have stayed back to watch this game. It is a little late now, post almost getting to 9:30, but the spirits are very high in centre court. It can get a little soft and quiet here in the comm box because just the two of us entertaining you, but I promise you out there, it's good vibes only as we see even a drone has been flown into the air now, so I'm sure eventually you guys will get some beautiful images from what they have if you haven't already. Sneakily, Pei has taken a 3-0 lead, 3-0 lead. Always good in these big games when you get an early lead, it gives you a little bit of confidence.
And that's a 4-point lead. That in itself speaks volumes. We were discussing because both of them have that aggressive style of play. The drives come into action. So who would have come up first? And it certainly is Kao.
Point.
The Dutch, Roos V Reek, has a lot of work to do here.
4-0.
The semi-final, the first one of the day.
And again, so good to see that. Great point there by Pei as well. Just putting her foot down, saying, not today, Roos. But look, when I was talking to them, it's also really interesting to see that Roos has come with a mental health coach. She was actually dancing with her, gave her a little something to wear around her wrist. Clearly, I don't think it's working yet, because if that good juju had to work, it had to work now. But like I said, it's only 5-0. If you asked me this question 6 hours back, I would have been game over. But after what I've seen through this day, nothing much surprises me anymore, Sarthak. Nothing.
Expect the unexpected at the PWR DUPR India Masters. What a wonderful start. What a wonderful day one we have had. Explosive pickleball, quality pickleball. And one and all have truly been entertained. For all those watching at home, and if you have caught on to the pickleball bug, get on to a court. Grab that paddle. Try the sport, because that's what every other person around us has been saying. They've just picked it up very recently and they've fallen in love with us.
15 seconds.
With the sport. Not with us.
I'm hoping with us as well, man. We've been here busting our backsides off to get you entertained all day, running back and forth, both of us.
You have one timeout
so
remaining.
show us a
Server,
little
you
love.
have 2. Timing.
Here we go
5-0.
then. Tekao showing no love to Roos V Reek. They may be friends off court, but on court, it's one-way traffic at the moment. Oh, getting lucky there. Gets the break, Roos, courtesy the net cord.
And I finally saw Byron got a well-deserved break for this game. A good little recharge to the old-timers battery. You can see his back is finally got some good posture again. Sitting like that the entire day, or standing rather, can take a toll on anyone. And mind you, he's been doing that in the heat with no air conditioning. So well-deserved break for him. And the game goes on. He's Pei in true form. It's also great when you come to the later part of the tournament and then you really start flourishing. Always helps rather than starting off with a bang and then slowly fizzling off. I mean, best case scenario is you just go all guns blazing for the entirety of the tournament, but not everyone is Brazil from 2002 in the FIFA World Cup. Broken.
And yes, for all of you new to the sport, when you break, you do not get the point. You can only win points on your own serve. So can Roos V Reek do that?
Give me another FAQ, buddy. So this is, tell me if I'm serving and it hits the net and then falls in the kitchen area. What does one do then? What does protocol dictate?
1-6.
To my knowledge, with the 11 months that I've spent in this sport, which is fairly new, I would say, I think it's reserved. That's when you serve it again.
Interesting. Actually, that's a good point. I'm going to ask them after the game what it is. But like I said, it's 11 months, 10 months more than me. So, but like I said, exactly, guys. We're both passionate about the sport, but we are still learning on a daily basis.
And the sport itself is evolving at such a rapid pace. Purav Raja was in the commentary booth earlier. He said, in fact, every day you see the evolution of the paddles. There's so much more speed in comparison to what we saw about a year back. There was a lot of tinking. The speed was lesser. Now the drives have come into place. So much changing with the serves, with the legality of the serves, whether it's above the waist, below the waist. So many factors at play. So it's a constantly evolving sport.
The double tap rule as well, that was changed only last year, where if it's a smooth shot and one gentle movement, even if it touches your paddle twice, it's a legal shot. So you're absolutely right. I think the sport is evolving. It's a new sport, even though it's been around since the 1960s, picking up now. And the moment you get eyeballs, well, there are lots of contradictions, lots of changes, and they want to make it as universally acceptable as possible.
Wow! What a cross court from Roos V Reek. That will do her a world of good. Just boost that confidence when you come up with a running forehand cross court like that.
4-7.
Still no dance moves though. I think she's far behind in the game, so she doesn't want to give it away. You can see her going and talking to a mental coach, her coach, who's come with her from the Netherlands, and great to see that people are coming with the team, and that's what it does. It does take a toll on you. It might just feel like a 30 or 40-minute game to you lot watching and to us here as well. But believe you me when I say that these girls and these guys, these athletes, give their heart, soul, and then a little bit more just to be where they are. Interesting there is Pei's probably polishing or getting the dirt out of her paddle. All of these things are fairly foreign to me because, again, the limited playing I've done is with people with basic paddles and well, basic understanding of the game. So this is all new to me as it is to you, and that's the beauty of it. We're all learning together, and that is why this community is so close-knit, because everyone is starting at a similar level. Of course, with playing there's a big disparity, but understanding, everyone's learning.
$15 seconds. receiver and server, you
At
have
least
one
the head
timeout
nod is started.
remaining.
That means there could be a dance move coming very soon. Roos looks like she's in the
Timing.
mood to come back. And for the sake of the
5,
game,
7.
we all hope it does actually happen.
Side
Wow! Why not wait for Pei Kao's dance moves? Because she would love to celebrate, and she's got her style, which is
7-5.
way rhythmatic.
Which is silent, buddy. Which is just silence. I think she saves all of her animosity,
Oh.
everything, just for that ball and the paddle. And you can see Roos clearly struggling here, not being able to sort of decode what Pei is doing. Pei very sneaky, changes the body at the last moment, changes the balance very efficiently, keeps Roos guessing.
Point.
Since that long, it's the 3 point, in fact 4 points now separating them. Lights nice and bright. Evening cooler here in New Delhi,
9-5.
India. The daytime we saw a lot of heat. Heat on the court and across in the conditions as well. The temperature was rising.
Look, I'm not going to pretend to be cool about it.
Receiver,
You put a boy from
10-5,
Bombay in
1
Delhi.
minute.
It's probably 24 degrees out. This boy's freezing his backside off. So honestly, for the Delhi people, probably bikini weather. For me, I need to layer up ASAP.
What a time for a timeout. Just when it looks like it could all be over, Roos V Reek takes the necessary break, goes to her box. You can see her chatting with Katie Hart, the Kiwi superstar, who's recovering from an injury there on your screen towards the left. And just a quick word with them, re-strategize, reanalyze what's going wrong, what's going right, and can she come back? That's the question, because Pei Kao now has an opportunity to close this on her own serve.
Interesting time to take the break, like you said. We saw
2
that 2
seconds.
games before as well,
Ladies,
where we had somebody
server
who
and
was on
receiver,
match
you
point
both have
and then
one
they
timeout
took a
remaining.
break. I think that's the
Time in.
last ditch to sort of get their mind off what's
10-5.
happening, and let's see if it works. Well,
Point,
clearly
Delhi,
not. That's
11-5
the game
to
done.
Delhi.
Smiles all around.
2
But
minutes.
trust
time
me
in.
when I
Change
say
ends.
Roos isn't smiling inside. Nobody likes to lose, and especially in the semi-final, and especially the way that she just did, needs to come back stronger. Maybe regroup, like you said, speak to her team, relax, reset. I know it's easier said than done, but that's what the doctor ordered. Just a couple of things that aren't working for her. Sometimes one good point, one good serve, hit it off the middle of the paddle and you get your confidence back, and that's all it takes for an athlete. It's not rocket science, believe me. Sometimes it could be the smallest things that make the biggest differences.
Fifteen seconds. Okay, game 2, time in, 0-0. Point.
Roos calls out. Does Byron agree?
1-0.
I reckon he does. Roos picking up the pace of the game, even though she lost the point, and appreciated it from with Pei. What you need to understand is all of these athletes are probably are pretty much living together in the same hotel when they're traveling, so they do have a lot of free time. So there's not a lot of eyeballing and hatred and lots of, because like I said, it's a community-based sport. So she did appreciate, and you see that through the day where players who are even losing with
1-0.
humiliating. Not there's nothing humiliating in sports, but sad scores that they're not proud of.
Point.
Still appreciating the other shot, and that's beautiful to see.
2-0.
Roos with the early lead, and God knows she needs it right now. Yep, that's what we need. Some impetus to start off strong, and it's beautiful to see someone who lost the first game with a not so happy score. It wasn't very close. It was quite an emphatic defeat. Now coming in with a 4-point lead in quick time. I hope for the sake of the game she can run away with this, because 4-0 after being a set down is always beautiful. So good luck to her. Now we see a little bit of a break by Pei. She's scrubbing her racket. All sorts of trickery to sort of slow the game down. There are a lot of creepy crawlies around as well. We saw Pei fighting them off. So a lot of adverse effects in the air, but trust me, it's not going to get the spirits down, because we are here to party, and that party is called pickleball.
And it is indeed the biggest worldwide pickleball movement in the national capital, no doubt about it. Sending waves across the globe, the pickleball community rising by the hour. And remember, Chinmay, we were having this discussion, what if the serve hits the net tape and falls across the other side or on your own side, the server side? I just happened to meet an expert, a coach, someone who guided both of us rather, and so it's like you pretend the net doesn't exist. Suppose the serve hits the net tape, falls over on your side, it's a break, it goes to the opponent. Suppose it falls on the kitchen, which is on the other side, you win the point.
Remaining server, you have 2.
And the opponent doesn't manage to send it back.
Time in.
It's way different
4-0.
in that sense from tennis. There's no replay of the point.
That is quite cutthroat, if you ask me. In a game that's so friendly and happy, they leave a little to chance, because we've seen that today, the number of times in a rally at least, that the ball has hit the net, and especially on such a small court, chances do increase as you're playing high octane stuff. And we see a 4-0 lead for Roos, who desperately needed that. She needs to come back strong if she has any chance of winning. Pei won't let her get away easy, as we see an overhead smash.
Point.
Good stuff.
One 4.
Such a massive factor, consistency. I mean, as cliche as it might sound, but if you've won the first game, you can just get a little relaxed, a little casual, a little complacent maybe. You don't want to see that if you're a Pei Kao fan.
And as the girls predicted, it looks like it might be going to a three-setter. Probably the way Roos is playing, she would definitely want to take it there. A lot of good athletes have been eliminated today, and trust me, it's come from a lot of hard work and a lot of fighting. So both these girls will not let go that easy. Ooh, really lost out on the power there. Underhit it tremendously. Literally lobbed and fell a few feet in front of her. That's not what Roos had in mind. Pei covering up.
Point.
Unfortunate point there, lost out for Roos. Nobody likes it. We were just talking about the net, the naughty net. How she can be a cruel mistress sometimes. And there you see, better than any drop shot ever was the drop shot provided by the net. Roos couldn't do nothing about it, and unfortunately all she can do is turn around and play again.
Again goes quickly to Katie Hart, who she really trusts in. Jay Grewal alongside both pickleball players themselves, both tremendous pickleball players, and it really helps a perspective from the outside. When you're in the heat, in the moment, you really have so much going on in your head. You're fighting the demons, and it helps to have someone like a Katie Hart or a Jay Grewal alongside, guiding you, pushing you to think better, do better.
15 seconds.
Talk to me. Do you know much about the injury? What is she recovering from? Because you said she's an athlete herself. She's a big pickleball player.
Yes, in fact, just about 2 months back, I saw her in action in Mumbai. Wonderful. She's in fact New Zealand's #1 female pickleball player. So she has her ankle strapped, big strap around the shin ankle area.
Horrible place to get injured, man. Trust me. The worst possible place, lingering injury, and then every time you come back, you need solid rehab. What about you, buddy? You've played tennis for a long time. Have you been injury free? I hope.
With the grace of God, not any serious injuries, but yes, the shoulder always in pain because of the big serving, the constant need to recover the shoulder, because a lot of load comes on that shoulder, heavily dependent on those serves, and again the ankles are always tested when you're playing any racket sport.
And Bato mein it's come down 4-all. So Pei has taken that 4-0 lead, and she's literally taken off her cap and wiped it all over that lead, and she's back. As long as she's fighting those demons and the bugs out there, she's looking good.
Side out.
She had a look. She had a look there, Chinmay.
It was such a good shot till it wasn't. Sitting from here, look at that perfect shot till it just slaps the top half of the net, comes crashing back into our own side of the court. Good reach there from Roos. She's pumped up. She does not want to let go. Like I said, a lot of prize money, a lot of points at stake here. This is 700, up to 700 points at stake here. Nobody will want to let that go. Unified world rankings now, so everybody wants a piece of that pie or cheese, whichever you are. I'm lactose intolerant, so I take the pie every time.
Of course, fighting for that dynamic universal pickleball ratings, the DUPR ratings. It's massive. It is what will really solidify your seedings across the globe when you travel, when you battle it out in the pickleball tournaments worldwide. That's what is at stake, alongside the massive $50,000 prize money in total. But what a comeback in the second game, again from Pei Kao. Roos V Reek racing ahead initially.
She doesn't want this to go to game 3. Nobody does, except the fans watching, who've come here for the excitement, and that return just wasn't good enough.
Side out.
Pei fighting hard. Pei does not want to let that deficit go down from 1-0 to 1-all. And surprisingly enough, even the deficit in points is just 1 right now at 5-4 with Roos at 5. Pei is pecking hard.
The initiative, the intent shown here by Roos V Reek right from the return. Sent that one back hard, then charged in. Roos V Reek on your screen. And now she's earned the break. Can she hold with her serve?
Point.
Slice from Pei Kao had really nothing on it. Finds the bottom part of the net. And interestingly enough,
6-4.
it's 6-4. 2 points the lead now for Roos.
What a beautiful rally. Pei, first time probably this entire day showing some sort of emotion or a hyper emotion there. Just squeaking out loudly. You can see what this means to her. She's fought hard, but Roos is just not quitting. You can see that rally, beautiful to watch both ways, back and forth, and then Pei emerging on top.
finding the net tape. Roos V Reek will be delighted with the kind of form she's showing in the second game. Just went missing in the first one. It was clearly Kao who was more dominant.
Side out.
Finally broken. Pei would want to wrap this up as soon as possible. Remember, games almost every day, the same athletes playing singles and doubles, so the quicker they get to go home, rather back to their hotels, get some rest, the more recovery they get. Nobody wants to play 3 games rather than 2, as Roos says today you might have to, my friend, because there was all love before we started. Not while the game is on.
Indeed. So much friendship, camaraderie between the two off court. But once they step on it, they're like two warriors with their paddles as the weapons of destruction.
Amen, buddy. Are you much of a bike rider, by the way? Because we've seen a lot of sponsors, a lot of bikes today. Are you a big bike rider?
No. Are you one?
Not even a little bit. So if I was playing this tournament, if I happen to be a world-class pickleball player, I won't be too happy with that prize. So come on, guys. Next year, we'll have a couple of Ferraris, yeah?
With the way the pickleball world rankings is growing by the day, we might actually see a couple of Ferraris.
Well, that means I need to start practicing, buddy, because next year, if people are doing so well with 2 months of practice, I got to.
But again, I would like to add, Aryan and Arman both coming in with the lawn tennis background, so that helps too. It does help, but like we said, some of the best tennis players haven't really had it easy on a pickleball court. So it's not, it may be easy to enter, it may be easy to pick it up, but as you progress, a challenge. It certainly is one.
Thanks for rubbing it into my Ferrari dreams, buddy. There we go. I was already imagining which color it's going to be and what the number plate is going to say. But I guess that balloon has been popped hard. Thanks.
10-4.
You have the best in the building. You have so many people here. Probably the best minds in the pickleball business. So you got to believe. You got to believe you can make it. But as we speak about the Ferraris, let's just take a look at the Ferrari in motion in Roos V Reek, who's raced ahead and won the second game, taking it to a decider in some fashion.
Solid segue there, buddy. It's looking good. And as the girls predicted, this does go to a third. No one wants to let it go. First one we saw Roos on the losing end. Second one, Pei had to suffer. This is probably the first time we're seeing Pei as somebody who's been considerably defeated. Man, that is the first time probably this entire day we've seen that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, both of them have had straight game wins today, so this is a new sort of experience, given that they wanted to finish it early, but they told you, both of them said, we predict we're taking this to a decider, so that's gone as per their predictions.
Still waiting for those dance moves, man. I'm really, they gave me a couple. I think as the game progresses, she starts feeling a little more confident. Keep your eye out, because I've asked her to just give us one of those.
I think you'll have to wait for the final point. That's where you'll see a lot of dance moves. And referee Byron, he'll join in. He loves moving those waists.
Yeah, and as now we're on camera, I want to sneakily move away all the food we've been eating.
Hold on, please recall the score.
Alright then, it's time for the third game here on center court. Roos V Reek on the receiving end. Kao ready to launch this with her serve. Who's taking this one? They've gone spot on with their own predictions. They both said it's going to a decider, and it certainly has. Now who's going to take it home? Who's going to book a spot in the final?
Roos definitely came out of the guns much stronger, much harder, as we see there. And, well, she has broken the serve. It's up to her now. It's always better when it's in your own hands. And luckily in this sport, it's only in your hands because you only score when you're serving. That's another opportunity lost. Slice shot, but undercooked it a little bit. Right in the center of the court, but unfortunately hit the net back in Roos' court. Serve broken, pay to serve. Roos, you can see, attacking the kitchen a lot harder. Pei happy to play on the baseline, make her make Roos make the mistakes. Still waiting for the first point of the last game.
0-0. Point.
Mishit that completely. Very, very rare mistake there by Pei. Slices, rather top edges it right up in the air. Somewhere, all you Delhi fans are probably looking for Rishabh Pant to dive under there and take a great catch caught behind. But unfortunately, it's not to be today.
Point.
Sarthak Pei looks like she's slipping a little bit, man. She seems like she's slipping a little bit.
2-0.
And it's also to do with, a little bit with the surface. You need to get used to it because they play in different conditions, different countries. This is the first day in terms of real match play. They've been here a couple of days back, practiced on courts which didn't really have this carpet area. This is the championship court with the carpet surface. So getting used to it, she's definitely done remarkably well to win the quarterfinal in 2 games straight now with this performance. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a test, a big one, especially given the newness of the surface.
You know, this is why I love hosting with you, because it's so insightful. You said this about an hour and a half back, and the last break I got, I did go to the other courts and 2 of them were empty, and then I walked to this one. You're absolutely right, very different surfaces. This one grips a little more, so the slices stop a little more. The drop shots are a little more efficient here. So 100% I think it does take a little more getting used to, and this is just me walking on the surface, not even playing.
Spot on. Really sum it up so well there. And beautiful from Kao, the backhand down the line, a thing of beauty. Just take a look at this now. So good. Close stance. Textbook style finish.
Again we see a very clear ploy by Roos to attack the kitchen. Wants to cut the angle out, but unfortunately for her, Pei finding the angle, not this time though, as Roos has service in her hand, which means a chance to level up on points. She's 1 down, 3-2. She knew it.
Point.
Anticipating that, waiting for it, Roos V Reek, and sends it into the open court.
3-3. Point.
Barely anything differentiating the 2 players right now. It's 4-3 and 1-1. Remember, this is the decider. The winner of this goes to the grand finale. And boy, what a beautiful place to be. 700 points up for grabs. I think both these girls raring to go. As a little bit of disturbance in Roos's eye, I think there is a lot of creepy crawlies there. We can see both the athletes since a while fending off, and that does happen in the night sky in Delhi this time of the year. We're around Diwali. It's not just the firecrackers. It's the little creepy crawlies that come in with these beautiful floodlights and all the decoration that comes with it as well.
You can see, you can tell by the slow, nice, easy walk back, they're gathering their breath back. It's been a long, long day for both these athletes.
The only thing I'm getting scared of is the post-match interview, because I don't do well with creepy crawlies, man. I I pretend to be this big brave guy, and you should see me at home. One little flying cockroach, and I can see my own soul. And luckily I have a wife who's my knight in shining armor, who's showing them most of the times, while I'm hiding under a blanket or a pillow and probably in the other room.
She'll be loving it if she's listening in. I mean, the brave heart.
Point. Timeout receiver 5-4.
And bold and brave play here, certainly from both Kao and Roos V Reek, not only battling the creepy crawlies as you call them, but battling the demons in the head, because it's been such a long day in terms of endurance. The fitness levels these two have shown just remarkable. And Katie Hart on her feet, the Kiwi sensation, she knows how critical this juncture is, because this is the final game, the final few moments. It could all be over, and if you shine here, you're in the final, you're on Championship Sunday.
And what a global masterpiece this is looking like. Someone from one end of the planet, from New Zealand, as Sarthak pointed out, on the other one from Central Europe, and you can see her dancing, trying to ease the mode. With 1.5 leg operational, she's still giving it her best, trying to pep Roos up with all that juju, saying, go on girl, own it, run it. But Pei probably has other plans. She might not be dancey and happy chappy, but trust me, she's come here with a plan, and her plan is nothing short of victory.
And of course, got to appreciate Jay Grewal also cheering.
15 seconds.
Roos V Reek on, and that support massive. On the other side, Kao doesn't really need anyone around. I mean, she does have a lot of fans who love her style of play, but no one particularly in the players here. A good friend of Thadia Locke, who comes in from Europe.
One timeout remaining.
Thadia and Pei competing a lot together, traveling together. Saw them on court in Mumbai. Just such good players. But Thadia, of course, not here. So
Timing.
in terms of her own private box, Pei really is on her own right now.
Again, attacking the kitchen, but the plan not working. I see what she's trying to do and why she's trying to do it. But clearly there's something off. Maybe she's running in too quickly, maybe losing her balance, maybe head not in the right place. It could be anything. But like I said, in retrospect, everyone's vision is 2020. She's trying her best, she's trying hard. As they've, is there a review?
Don't cut me off so fast. 6-4.
Breather.
Yes, a timeout. They need those breathers. It's a real test on those legs. So much running around.
Point.
Like the Backstreet Boys once said, oh my God, we're back again. It's on, ladies and gentlemen, it's on. It's that time of the day where we're all tired, we're trying to make fun, have the best time possible. The girls seem to be enjoying it. The game not so close, Pei taking a lead again. But Roos trying really